All right, and we're live. Welcome to the second live stream. Um, you guys have submitted some stores again, which we're going to review. Actually, it's going to be basically the same that we did yesterday. Yesterday, we did a bit of some random stores as well. And now we're only going to focus on some stores that you guys have submitted. So that's really great that we have some. I already got the first one in front of me. And I got, what is it, 6 stores now. I'm gonna do my best to review them all, of course. Maybe we can go through them real quick if there's not much to say about it. But then you can always submit new stores as well through my DM, or you can send it in the chat itself. So yeah, good evening, Wessel. Okay. Let me check if everything is set up correctly, if you can hear me loud and clearly, of course, and otherwise let me know in the chat. Alright, I think everything is set. So we're just gonna go through the first store that I got from you guys. And of course, every feedback that I give on every store can be adapted to your own store as well. I think that mainly of you guys are doing fashion dropshipping through Facebook. So eventually, yeah, it all comes to the same idea how you have to set up your website, the strategies you can use. Maybe sometimes it can be a little bit different for separate markets, but I think at the end of the day, it is all the strategy is all the same. The elements you have to place on your website is all the same. Maybe the styling needs to be done a little bit different. But yeah, we're gonna go through them all. I think most of them are either Dutch websites, English. I got someone from Canada, too, actually, London, Italy, Barcelona, Spain, and the UK. So that's nice that we have a couple of different markets as well. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. We can go through everything. If you don't hear anything of something that you would like to know, of course, let me know in the chat itself. All right. Okay, so let's go through the first store. This store, as you can see, is UK, so the English market. And we're going to go through the home page. I'm going to try to see things as well on desktop view and on mobile view. So we can actually see how it is for both devices. Of course, most people, they purchase through mobile, so that's actually the most important thing to check. Okay, so let's just check basically the things that you can adapt or change as well in the desktop view regarding styling or sections you have to add or remove will also, of course, be for mobile view. So we're just going to go through the desktop first and then check later on. I'll scroll around on mobile view. All right, so first one looks all right. Yesterday I have announced this as well. Homepage isn't that important. It is important for people that do want to check a little bit of some or want to gain some trust about your website itself, or are people that want to shop around a little bit. So I think that your homepage is important for those people only. Mostly of the people that go to your website, they only go to the product that they have been targeted on. So not a lot of people will actually shop around. There will always be people that do it, of course. You will sometimes see that you have targeted someone with, for example, a certain product like this bag, but they also bought some other stuff. So that's nice. So yeah. So let's start at the top. First thing that I notice is you have basically 3 things saying in one announcement. So you're offering free shipping and 30-day money-back guarantee, and also shop with confidence and elevate your style risk-free. I think that you can make it a little bit shorter. There are basically 3 messages you're giving in one section. You want to have the attention to it separately. Maybe you can do free shipping and 30-day money back guarantee, and then you do free shipping, or you make this the bigger one and then you make free shipping the smaller one, or the other way around. I don't think it's really necessarily how you do it, but I think that this is just a bit too much as well. If you check on mobile view, which we already did, you see it's double. I think it's just nice if you have it in one line. Also, that it will not take up some unnecessary space, which is very important to see always if things are unnecessarily taking up some space. You don't want to crop everything too much. Sometimes I see people wanting to do removing the space between this and this. Of course, it's also important to separate things a little bit, always. Otherwise, it will be one big lab of information or content and sections. You want to separate things to, put some attention to the sections separately. So that's the first thing I can notice. For the other things, it's good. I think that this image is being used a lot by a lot of people. I think it's just a basic image, or either on Canva or on Shopify itself. I think on Canva. And yeah, basically the face is very important, but it's cut off. Let me check on mobile view. It isn't, so basically not that big of a deal. But still, if you want to point things out on desktop, I would change it and then either make it a little bit bigger or crop it down into that the face is fitting as well. I would just place this in the middle. I think that it's just looking a little bit cleaner. For the rest, the homepage looks good in my opinion. You have the collections where people can choose from to see if they want to buy anything else. You have bestsellers, dressers, bit of your company, and an emotion you're expressing, something about your company, and then a footer. One thing that I do notice is actually one thing that you do good is that the consistency in the background is basically a certain gray. I think that's nice. It looks professional. One color is a little bit different than the other, but I think it's not that big of a deal to have that. But I think that on your homepage, you just want to express a certain professionalism. So it's nice to make it a little bit nicer than the others. You of course don't have to adjust the background for every product, but just to make the design wise nice on homepage, it's good to do. But for the rest, it looks good. The only thing that I notice as well is that this image is more in portrait rather than square. So I would definitely make that consistent as well. Actually, it's very important. Sometimes I see people doing it as well in the product media as well, wherein sometimes it is a square, sometimes it's a very big image, sometimes it's a portrait. Be consistent in that. It's easy to do this with a setting in Shopify itself. And also you can also just do it in Canva, but most of the times you can also do it in the settings of Shopify itself. But then you have just one nice way of expressing the images. But for the rest looks good. Also, what I told everyone yesterday is that you have to understand who your target audience is. A lot of people are using young people on their website, but actually with general dropshipping on Facebook, on Instagram, most people that buy from you are around the age of 40. So you also want to use that audience age everywhere on your website. But it's not that you're using too much of young people, but maybe you can use a little bit of a better image here with people around the age of 40. But yeah, because most people are around that age. And what I always do, what I also mentioned yesterday, is add 3 bullet points here: guarantees, free shipping, money back guarantee, customer support, stuff like that. It's always good to have. And as well, what I also always advise people to do is make the footer separate or different from the rest of the website. Now it is also a white background. What I will do is just make it black. It's just a nice way to separate things, and it's easier to look at as a customer. And yeah, like I said, it's separating and it's putting more attention to each and separate section. For the rest it looks good though. On mobile view I wouldn't really notice that this is the footer. Of course the tabs are a default thing, but if you make this black I think it's just a little bit more clean. For the rest it looks good though. Yeah. Alright. Let's check a product page. Let's just choose this one. Yeah, this is just a small setting thing. You have the first variant white or beige, which causes it to skip actually these 3 images on the media. I think it's always nice to have then just the first image also your first variant, so you can just do this in the variant settings of the product itself. Small detail. For the rest, you have the right elements. I think that your price can pop up a little bit more. What you can either do is just make this red and keep this black, so you have it popping out a little bit, or you can also make this red and bold, and maybe you can make this more as a badge as well. What also is a good thing, what I also mentioned yesterday, is to say the percentage of savings. I think that is better to do than just the amount that they're saving. But yeah, it's a small thing. For the rest, it looks good. Free shipping within the UK, 30-day money back guarantee, 10% off 2 items, 50% off 3 items. Yeah, that's also a good offer. You can also do it in a different way. You can maybe also make it below here in a certain section where you can more detailedly explain the offer. But yeah, I think it's still good in this way as well. It's clean. As well, what you can do is this, make it not dynamic. I think that is called the setting. If you click on the customizer and then on your button it says dynamic checkout or dynamic buttons, it will actually make it one button, and I think it's just better to do it that way. More payment options. Yeah, sale announcement: due to a high demand of our stock is very limited. If you're still able to press the add to cart button, there is still some stock left. That's always good. Limit stock availability, you're saying there as well. No, that's good. I would add some spacing down here. If this is the Solux announcement bar, you can actually do it dynamically in the section or snippet itself. You can add margin at the bottom or padding. Actually, margin it is, because now it's very crowded to each other. Also, what I see a lot of people doing is that you center the text and then left align and then center and then left align again. Be consistent in that as well. This is also centered. So either do it all centered or all left aligned. On mobile view, I think it's less. Yeah, it's still as well with the centering and the differences in alignment. I think that is something that a customer will notice in an unconscious way. Specifications, that's good. Alright, shipping information, 30-day money back guarantee, 27-hour support, that's good. Make sure to make it more, not sure where you got the video slider from. It's good that you use it. What I would also add maybe is an as seen in, could also work really well. And then with these images, it can, it can be something that could really work. And we also use that structure for niches and brands as well. And if you're going to do it this way, I think it's also nice to have like a social proof wherein you have like an as seen slider in logos. But also what I wanted to say is this is like a slider. I think it's nice to have it more, how do you say that? Now you can see that there is missing out. It's just a setting in the section itself as well. I think it's just nice to have as much of videos on the left side as on the right side. What you can do, you can also just add the videos a couple more times so that you have more content, and it's an infinity slider anyway, so people will not notice it. I think it's more a setting though. You can set up how many videos you want to show, and now I think it's just not set up correctly. Small detail though. For the rest, it's good. Yeah, only 100% money back guarantee. Yeah, that's nice. Always good to express this. And then customers also bought. That's also good. You may also like. I would remove this myself. It has nothing to do with bags, so people don't probably will buy this anyway. If you're gonna niche down a little bit in this product template, because I think that you created a different template for this, I would only focus on that product or products that are related to it. So this is good, but I would remove this. And then I would place this one below the FAQ. And then once again, it's just nice if you have this in a black color, so it separates a little bit more. But for the rest, it looks good. It's clean, and you have the right elements on your website. So definitely a good website, but I think that the changes I mentioned could make it even better. Let me check your cart. All right, use an app for it. I would add maybe the Trustpilot stars below it as well, and also the trust badges. I think that's a nice add-on. For the rest, this is good for your AOV, so that's nice to have it as well. Here you have a green color, but you use red here, so I would be consistent in that. Let me check your checkout. Free shipping, that's good. All right, and that's also good. Now everything looks good here. Small things, but overall, it's a good website. So also what I explained yesterday is a lot of people they tend to look at their website too much when stats are not doing well. If your conversion rate is low or you're not making any sales, it all comes down to selling the right products. So conversion rate is affected by a popular product itself. If the product is good, then people will buy it more, and then automatically your conversion rate will also be better. Of course, the things that you adjust on your website could make it better, and of course there are important things to have on your website, but still, in my opinion, the product is the most important thing. And if you have a website like this and you change a bit of what I mentioned and still your stats are not growing, I would definitely look into the way you are promoting or advertising the web or the product, what products you're advertising, because eventually that is the most important thing. If your website is perfect but you sell shitty products, you're not going to make or have any good conversion rates. So that's very important to look at. How can you change the stock availability for different products? For example, one product have it say low stock, only 7 left, and the other product, for example, 4 left. That can be done either with coding, so you can basically let it code by JavaScript, or we can code it for you, and then it will be random every time you refresh it. So it will automatically be different for every product. Or you can make it by product templates, but I wouldn't advise you to do it that way. For only that feature, I would definitely let it be coded. Product templates is mainly meant for having, for example, on this website, he has a certain structure and he has this videos, but you're not going to show that, for example, for a dress. So probably it is a different structure like you see here. So that is mainly why people do change or make different product templates. But for stuff like this here, I would just let it be coded in a way that it will always be a different number when you refresh. So when someone goes to another product, it will also be different. How do you add the Trustpilot reviews in the cart? It could be done through the app itself. You can, I think, add a logo. You can code it, and otherwise, if you don't have this app, it needs to be coded. But I think that you have in the app a feature wherein you can add things below the add to cart, either trust badges, or you can add an image. You can just upload it. All right, so let's check another website I got from you guys. This is an Italian website, and I see already a couple of things that can be changed. Yeah, definitely. All right. Yeah, I think a couple of things are just basically settings you have to set up. If you use Swatch King, then it's important to have the variant name of what you're saying here is what Swatch King will pick up. So if you're using color without an E, and you have set it up with an E, then it will not recognize it and it will not render the Swatch King. So that's very important. What I also see a lot of people doing is that every product has a different name for variant. So be consistent in it so that you always have the same Swatch King for every product. So that's very important. The website is a bit unique from others, so that is nice though. But yeah, this yellow can work. It's a nice announcement bar as well. Not really knowing what it says, but here I think that you have just the sale. Not knowing what it says here, but as long as the guarantees, I think that is always good to mention there. Here, I think it's nice, this way of image, but like I said in the other website as well, your audience is older, so definitely make the images with a bit of older people around the age of 40, because those people will be buying from your website the most. I think the images for on the homepage are not really that professional. Like I said in the other website as well, you can just make it only for a certain collection and edit them in a way that every product image is basically the same with the same background, even though this image has that, but I don't think that this background is nice, and this needs to be in the middle rather than all the way on the right. I think that can just change a little bit more of the professionalism. Same here, you have a bigger image than the rest. Be consistent in that. Same, like I said before, you can just set that up in the settings of the product grid. But for the rest it's good. You can maybe make the color of this price a little bit different or make it bold. But for the rest it's good. You can test out yourself as well if you want to have the menu as a drawer on your desktop rather than a or yeah, either you can use a drawer or just you have it as the other website, wherein it's just below the logo. On mobile it's always a drawer, so for that it doesn't really affect anything, but still I think that for on desktop it's nice to have the menu just more here, so it's a little bit more shoppable. For the rest it is alright. Yeah, that is good. Yeah, I wouldn't have this or place this on your homepage. Basically, maybe it's a bit too easy for people to contact you, and otherwise they will just know where to go and then just click on contact. But I wouldn't place it on your homepage because you want to have as least support as you want, because more support is also more work to do. So definitely would not place it here. And normally every website doesn't have it really on their homepage. Same thing here, wouldn't have a black background, but for the rest it's good though to have it, but I would not use a black background myself. For icons, if you want to look up icons, I would definitely go to flat icon. I get all my icons for every story we create here. You can get a free account and just pick the ones you need. For example, here shipping, then you can get any icon you need for that. And if you have a premium account, you can just change the colors as well and actually adjust them. I need to log in, but you can then adjust the colors in your needs or in your brand style or in your colors that you use. So this is definitely something that I would recommend everyone to use. Flat icon is perfect. All right. Yeah, we'll just remove this one as well. Shoppay, powered by Shopify, you can remove as well. You can remove that in the content theme editor, just looking up the text and then replace it by a space. All right, so let's check. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to check that later after this. I wanted to check something else on the other website as well. But for this website, you can remove this as well, the tags. Same method as removing the powered by Shopify. For the rest, I would also make your price pop up a little bit more. I would make it red, or you can also make it a bit in your brand colors. But most people, they do red. It's a dominant color. As well, what I would do is make your title smaller. It's taking up unnecessary space. If the title's not selling it, it's just nice to have it there, that it's explaining a bit what it is and giving it a name, but it's not that big of a priority to have it that big. For the rest, it's still a little bit basic. I would definitely add bullet points with your guarantees. We already have it here. I think it's just nicer to have it down below the price like the other website as well. Let me get that back again so I can show you. Yeah, I think that is just a better way to express the guarantees. People are used to this layout as well, and yeah, I think it's just easier to read. For the rest, it looks all right. I'm not sure if you're actually using every payment provider. Here I only see you have these ones active. So if you're not having Klarna yet, then I wouldn't put Klarna there. Not sure if you are offering Klarna. No, you don't have Klarna. So these ones you only have active. So make sure to look at that and don't offer things that you're not offering, because yeah, it can only confuse the customer and can look unprofessional. Okay, alignment in the description is good. I don't see a size chart. Really important. Sizing is one of the things that customers find the most important, because shopping online, that means that they are not very comfortable, or they don't know yet exactly if the size that they're purchasing is fitting. So most people actually, like myself, I rather go to the shop and actually try the clothing on, because I want to know the sizing. So one thing that customers always want to know is the sizing, and that's missing here. So I think that is something very important that you are missing. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, it is a nice section. Yeah, it's a nice section. You can use this. You can try the other one as well that you have on your homepage. I think that you have another one on your homepage. I think it's just nice to keep consistent in the things that you have. And then, yeah, it's always a better way to keep the consistency, because then you look it is just a bit more professional. It's just one package, and rather than having the same message in all types of different sections. All right, I'll answer the questions in the chat after, so then we can dive into that a little bit more. But okay, this I wouldn't place on top. Very important that you have to know that no one knows your brand or website or anything about it. So they only go to your website because they see the product, they are interested in it, and they actually want to buy that product only. So they're not really going to any other product, most likely. Of course, there are people that are doing it, but most of the people, they don't really go to any other product. And I think it's always nice to do show them, but not as a priority, because you want to lure them to the checkout for the product they have been clicked on. And now you're actually redirecting to another page, and most likely they're not actually making any sale then. So I think that it's important to never have that on top. I would place it down here and add a section with the money back guarantee, because that is something that I always tell everyone to do. It's the best section or best guarantee that people find very important. The sizing is important, but also knowing that they can return if the size is, for example, not correct. So I think it's very important to have that expressing in a different way, rather than only, for example, here. I'm not sure if you have it. I don't think so. Easy returns, I think, but it's very it can help with conversion rate and gain some trust if you have a section with an image of your store. You can use markups, you can use AI with your logo on the store, for example, and then with a title, money back guarantee, and then a small paragraph why you find it important that people can return things, because that is something that everyone wants to know. Now I think that this section is a little bit strange. I would definitely use the other one, especially if it is overlapping each other. I think that is not meant to do. Maybe you have too many sections added. But yeah, I would use the other section anyways. And same here, remove the black background, use the icons I said, or find icons in black then on flat icon itself. For the rest looks good. Right, let's check the okay. Here you have, for example, the save in yellow. Here don't. I think that also what I said in the other one, actually showing the amount that you're saving is a no-brainer. A lot of people want to know exactly what they're saving, even though it could be very clear how much they are saving. But I think that if you really just place it there in the batch, people don't have to put any effort in knowing what they're actually saving, and it can really increase a bit of conversion as well. And you have to understand, people are lazy. The laziest person needs to be able to understand everything what they're getting, what you're offering, and of course they need to make or purchase easily. And I find this very wide, everything. So everything is a bit connected in a certain way. I think that you can separate it a little bit more like this in here. And also with Swatch King, it's always nice that the colors are expressing in a visual aspect. People are lazy, once again, and if they see it already with an image, they are most likely to click on it faster than if they read on it and then have to click on it. It's a small action they have to take, but it can actually have a benefit. And also what I would do, I think it's a setting as well. If you go to the customizer, click on a white space here, and then make the width of your right side of the product form a little bit bigger. I think now it's on either large, so this is very large, but you have to want to make this medium. Somewhere you can click on small, medium, large. If you click on medium, it's going to look a little bit better. All right, here you have a timer, so that's good. What I would do is make it 10 minutes. You don't want to push people too hard. I think that 4 minutes, I think it was on 5 actually. Maybe it was on 10, I'm not sure. But if it's below 10, I would definitely make it 10. Because you don't want to push people too much. But for the rest, it looks good though. You have your trust badges there. You have the sale, the save amount as well. So that's good. What I would always do as well is make the logo not with a square thing, just have it then written in black so that your logo is here. But you can also just make it like your card or card drawer as well. All right, so let's check your checkout. Same here. I would do it. If you want to have the logo like this, then be my guest, of course. But I prefer to have it just in text with not like a square behind it. This is saying enter shipping address. You're offering free shipping. So if people now have to take an action before they can actually confirm if they have free shipping. So I would definitely change that, because now they can maybe think like, hey, you are offering free shipping, but now I have to fill in my information. So maybe there is no free shipping yet. It can be annoying for the customer to do, and they can lose actually the customer. And it's just an easy way to make it, or it's easy to actually make it free shipping. Same idea for the other things I mentioned in the other website. You can go to content theme editor. Let me check in the footer if you have it as well. Yeah, here you have as well, powered by Shopify. You can just look up the text and actually just replace it for this with a space, and regarding your checkout, you can just replace it with free shipping. Another thing that I noticed is you use yellow here, and I don't see any blue. And on your checkout, I do see that you have blue accents and a blue button. This can make it not really look like the checkout is belonging to your web shop. People will actually question if it is belonging to the website. Maybe they think they get scammed. So be consistent in every styling you use. What you use on your homepage, you need to use on your product page, and the same thing in your cart draw and your checkout. Something that I see often too much. So I would definitely change that. And I think that this can really affect your conversion rate. So this is something that definitely is recommended for everyone to do. Keep the consistency in styling that you use. But overall, it's a nice website. It is a bit different than the others. I think that you still have to set up some things. I know that you just started, so for that it's already looking good, but there are definitely things that I mentioned. I would definitely change that, and it's more of styling and adding a little bit of more sections and removing this, rather than changing the whole layout. So the layout is good, and also actually this I would remove in or replace by yeah, a little bit of older people around the age of 40. Um, Let me check. What about the checkout button color? Should you have it same as color black? Yeah, exactly. So you need to be consistent in the colors that you use for your default styling. I saw somewhere that some guy added the PayPal icon while he didn't use PayPal. He just added it to get a better convert. But if you don't use PayPal, then I'm not sure if it is a beneficial thing, because if it would affect your conversion rate, it would only affect if you actually offer PayPal. Otherwise, people will think. I don't think it's going to be beneficial if you have a PayPal icon if you don't have PayPal active. How do you handle the sizing when you don't have the sizing from the supplier? Basically, every product that you have is on AliExpress, so you can check the sizing chart of the product on AliExpress. Yesterday I said it's always best to check with the supplier, but if you don't have it, it's better to have something rather than nothing, because it's something that people find very important. And if someone made a sale and the sizing chart is not correct, of course it's not good, but then they made a sale and you can maybe find a way for them to make them happy with a new sizing chart. But if you don't, or sizing chart with a new size, but having or nothing on your website, it will not make or really an impact on sales. So it's definitely very important to have. So if you don't have it from the supplier, you can just check with all the other AliExpress web products, and you can easily find many suppliers of this certain product, for example, and then just copy the size chart of that supplier itself. But I'm curious though why your supplier doesn't have a size chart yet. They should have it, because they can also just get it from other suppliers. But yeah. He said that people already bought in their mind while proceeding the checkout. Even though you don't offer PayPal, people will use a different payment method since they are already at the checkout. It's interesting though. I mean, I've never really heard of it or seen people doing it. But I think, in my opinion, misinformation is never good. But yeah, if it worked for you or the other person, I mean, of course, be my guest. What works for someone doesn't always mean that it works for you as well. But in my opinion, in my experience, I would never add misinformation to your website itself. Maybe it can gain some trust if you mean it like that, but um, yeah, still, I don't think it will be beneficial for everyone to do. So. And of course, if you're offering PayPal for in certain countries, for example, in Germany, PayPal is a really big thing, then it's very important to have PayPal and not, for example, add PayPal and not offering it exactly. But yeah, and let me check actually something else what I wanted to check on this website as well, because I didn't really look at the sizing chart. Yeah, exactly. It might put them off the store thinking it's a scam. You have to, like, indeed, you have to understand that people are 40. So if I look at, for example, my mother purchasing it, I'm getting almost maybe every month the question, "Hey, Kelvin, can I buy from this website? Is this a scam?" So they're very they, they really look at those things and really think like misinformation can lead into them thinking, okay, this is a scam because they're offering something, but this is not exactly what they're offering in a checkout, for example. So misinformation is never good. You can, of course, for example, people do purchase before 11 o'clock, shipped tomorrow. People will think sometimes, because most of the times it says on websites, bought before 11 o'clock is delivered tomorrow. That's what's happening in the Netherlands a lot. Mostly all websites in the Netherlands that are big, they have an offer wherein they say shipped or bought before 11 o'clock is delivered tomorrow. So it could that is not really misleading. It is just using different words which will let them think in a certain way. But it's not misleading because you're literally saying shipped tomorrow. So that's not wrong. But really saying like, hey, we offer Klarna, but you don't have Klarna, will only lure people to the checkout because they think, hey, nice, I can pay with Klarna, and then they cannot pay with Klarna. But they really like the product, and maybe they would have bought it if you didn't offered Klarna. So it can only scare people away, in my opinion. Um, Yeah, could be. Yeah, definitely could be that the reason he's using Klarna to show the trustworthy of the website. But yeah, I think dropshipping is a certain game where you have to play around with certain words, like I said already, with bought before 11 o'clock and ship tomorrow. That is something you can play around with. But you want to have and gain the most trust as you can where you can. So it's definitely important to never use misleading information. Yeah, and I wanted to check the size chart as well on this website because I already checked it, of course, a bit before, and I saw that you used the size chart below the buy button, but I wouldn't. I think that people overlook this. Once again, like I said, people are a little bit older, so they find it a little bit harder than young people to use a website. Maybe for us, it's very clear and we're very handy with it. But people around the age of 40, most of them, they will probably look over it. So I would definitely add it either below the size here or just put it behind the variant size. Most people put it behind the variant of size because that is just the most efficient way. I think it's also the best way to do it. You can do it with an app like Kiwi Size Chart, and otherwise with BF Size Chart, that's an app as well. It can be coded. But yeah, so that's one thing that I wanted to mention. And yeah, size chart is very important, guys. I think it's one of the most important thing as well when selling clothes. All right. Okay, let me check for the other website. Can you explain how your membership works? Yeah, definitely. Actually, we are working on it a little bit more. We are wanting to provide a dashboard wherein we're gonna put in codes that we already have coded for people and also use for our websites, and also just random things that you guys can test out yourself. We want to have it on one dashboard, and people can then just click on the code and will be automatically added to their team. This is something that we're still building. It's almost done, but yeah, getting approved by Shopify is sometimes a pain in the ass, but we got some feedback, so we are fixing the other things because they're very strict in their guidelines. So I thought it would be already done in January, but it is not yet. So actually, the only current membership we have is with the platform we are currently using. And we are also offering priority service, and we are also offering some extra insights within the Discord. But if I can be honest, I think that if you really want to make the most out of the membership, I would wait for the dashboard that we're launching, because yeah, it's going to be really a game changer, because we noticed that efficiency for entrepreneurs is the most important thing. We try to be as fast as we can, but yeah, we get actually a lot of orders every day, and we try to get it done within 24 hours, 48 hours, and bigger orders needs to take a little bit more time. So we know that as an entrepreneur, you need things fast, and we really want to work on that as well, but we cannot do it in a way as we're doing now, because yeah, we are just limited in, of course, my hours. So that's why we thought, like, okay, we can make a dashboard wherein we can just offer every section we have, and then you can just simply click on it, and it will be added to your team automatically. There is something that is already doing it, Section Store, but they are, in my opinion, a bit expensive, because you have to purchase for every section separately. We're going to do it with a membership, so you can just unlimitedly add sections itself, and we're going to dive into a little bit more of the data, because we want to yeah, actually offer a little bit more than just a developing side of adding sections. We also want to offer a bit of insights, insights of regarding speed, regarding abundant cards, and then as well you can then check, for example, hey, I had this month 30 abundant cards. Okay, and then you have a button, okay, how can I make sure to reduce this? And then we have a Loom video wherein you can actually reduce and get more sales out of those abundant cards. So we're still working on it, but it's coming. It's definitely coming this year, I hope. But yeah, like I said, Shopify can be a pain in the ass sometimes. And we have contact with them, and they got or they sent us some feedback. So we're working on that, and it will be launched anytime soon. So if it's gonna be launched, then I'll definitely announce it. How to code the BF size chart? Is that something that needs to be done by yourself, or can we do it? You can just download the app BF Size Chart. Yesterday I found out that Kiwi Size Chart is also free, so I would definitely recommend Kiwi Size Chart. It's, in my opinion, the best app there is. It's very advanced. You can add up a little bit more detailedly information about the sizing, and yeah, I think it's looking a little bit more professional. But BF Size Chart is also nice. I've used it myself a lot, but now we use Kiwi Size Chart, and I think it's the best app. Okay, cool. I want to start a website building business, so I wanted to know if it helps with that as a beginner. Yeah, of course. You can later on. We're gonna do affiliate as well with it, so you can definitely get in contact with us and offer it to your clients if you're starting a website building business, and yeah, then we can connect you to a affiliate program. All right. Let me check for the other website we can review. This website is a Spanish website, Barcelona. So again, a different market, so that's nice. And of course, if you guys have any question regarding anything else that I'm not mentioning here or not mentioning in the reviews, let me know, because yeah, now it's the time to ask. Of course, you can ask me anything basically. So yeah. All right. Okay, so this website, first view looks good. I know that images can also be a little bit blurry on desktop view, but on mobile view it's in better quality. But something that I always say to all, people as well, things that you can always improve or make sure that it's good without being a developer is quality of images. For example, if you're buying somewhere and the quality is poor, I would definitely just not buy there, because I think that if you cannot provide quality-wise images, then what would the product be? But of course, the website view is good, so it's a small detail. But again, maybe for those people that are shopping on desktop, you want to be able to, yeah, get them, get some sales out of them as well. I would definitely make your logo a little bit smaller. Now it's just one big row with a lot of things, and yeah, you want to make your logo just a little bit smaller. Announcement bar is good. For the rest, your headers also good. Your header or your banner is also good. So that's nice. Not sure what it's saying here. Um, let's say I get 20 at the cart and 8 checkouts, but 4 purchases. What does that tell you? I think it's not that much data to actually know if it's good or bad. But I think getting 4 purchases out of 8 checkouts, I think that's all right. But 8 checkouts out of 20 add to carts can be a little bit improved. So that means that between the add to cart and the checkout, there is something that's missing. Either you're pushing them a little bit too much, or yeah, they don't feel comfortable buying it because there might be something that is not correct, or they find it a scam, for example. But still, I think 20 add to carts, 8 checkouts, 4 purchases is still not that much data to really say that there's something wrong. Because it can also just be the product itself, it can be the offer. Maybe sometimes it can just be a little bit too expensive. They really like the product, but they think like, I don't really have the money. But they add it to their cart and then they changed up their mind. So it can be a lot of things. but mostly it is meant that between your add to cart and your checkout is something wrong, um, and or it's the offer. Sometimes my website stability says poor. What does that mean? Actually, we basically only do website speed. Stability is something different. What I can do is I can share a document explaining stability, because it's something different than your website speed. And in speed, I am not the best person because I don't do the speed optimizations myself. So I'm not really a professional in it. But I know it's not. It has nothing to do with your speed. And I do have a document for you that I can share where it is all explained. All right. Here, this I would remove. For the rest, it looks good. I think that this is not a really nice 18 checkout for completed. Yeah. Um, I mean, it can be so many things. It's sometimes hard to say. It can definitely be the offer that you're giving. It's also nice to see why those abandoned carts are actually occurring. Back in the day, you were actually able to see why people didn't purchase. Sometimes you saw that they just didn't have enough money on their bank, and I think that that is something that a lot of people sometimes have. Not, of course, it could be maybe like 5-10%, but still. And but still, I think it will always be the offer. Rather than or it can be that your checkout is not connecting, or really, yeah, connected to the styling part of your website, of the rest of the website. So it can be a lot of things. It can be offer, like I said, can be that the checkout is not the same as the styling, like I said, on your the rest of the product. So yeah, but still, I think like really understanding if something is working well, you need to get a little bit more data. Um, 18 checkouts for completed is of course is not perfect, but yeah, I think like the best websites that they also have days like this wherein they just have a little bit more checkouts than what's completed, and sometimes it is much more than normal. So one day is different than the other. I would only check, for example, for a week what it does. Maybe that this if this stat is for a week, then it's definitely like a lot, or not really a lot of data. Yes, days before. Yeah, so it can fluctuate, and you also see this when days are doing better than the other. Weekends are always better. I think like Thursdays are good days, but maybe on some days, just stats on relatively every website, people just get less sales. So yeah. For the rest, on this website, I wouldn't use these colors. It's a little bit of a circus, and it's a bit of a chemical green. I don't really like this color myself. What I would definitely use is a more dark or less light green, if I can say it like that, less chemical. And I wouldn't make this red and this red as well. What I would do is keep this red, make this red, and keep this black. I think it's just a little bit more professional. For the rest, it looks good. Outfits. I think it's a little bit random to have only one collection. What I would do is add multiple collections, rather than just one. Otherwise, you can just better make a product grid like this with outfits. All right. Here you see like a bit of difference in products. I mean, this product has nothing to do with the other products. I would say keep it a little bit more similar to what products that you're showing, especially on your homepage, because someone that's interested in something like this is maybe not interested in this, and the other way around. So yeah, definitely. How do we send you the website review? We can review a website by if you send me the link here, or you can DM me. But you can also send it here if you want, and then I can review it. And once again, like I said in the other websites as well, be consistent in the size that you use for your product media. This is a little bit of a portrait, this is a square, and it's a simple settings, guys. It's a small effort to actually do this. All right, outfits here. What you can better do is just make men and women, because it's just a little bit better, because it's just a bit random to have only one collection. And this um, is also collections again. Um, what I would do then is just use this section and then add these two to it. Hombre, is that? I don't speak Spanish, so I'm not actually familiar with it. But what I also do is add a little bit older audience images, so people around 40. Again, I see this a lot of people doing. They add images of young people. For us, it looks alright. And this is also alright. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let me check the product page. Yeah, I'll check my DM. I'll check the what is it? The Alera product, man. I'll do it after this review. Then I'll check that product page definitely. And yeah, I got your website as well, so we're gonna go through that as well. Same here. Now you use, for example, different layout than that you did on your homepage. Yeah, make this red, make this black, make this red, or you can keep this like a light grayish and make this red and make this like a badge. And I think that's just the best way to do it. If you guys want me to share in another live stream or create a video in like really styling details in how you can different options in pricing layouts and different options in, for example, this product forms, I can make like a couple examples, go through them, and I can make a video of it, or I can go through it in the next live stream. Then let me know, because then you guys actually really can see what I mean sometimes with certain styling things and design things. But yeah, let me know. For the rest, Trustpilot, good. Social proof. And bullet points, also good. So you ship free by this shipping provider, so that's good. This also nice, looks clean, and it will be shipped on the 17th of February. It's also nice. What I would do is make this a little bit smaller. If this is the Salux custom dot version 2, then you can make this dot actually a little bit smaller dynamically. For the rest, it looks clean. I think that this needs to be done a little bit better, more in one row. I think that because of this, it is not being in one row. Otherwise, I can help you code this in one row. If we code it, then send me a message, because then I can look at it for you. Let me check on mobile view. Okay, yeah, below each other, that's good. So this is something that could work for everyone as well. It's something that's nice. I would remove this. I would replace it with just a simple image with text section, and either just talk about your brand or talk about the 30-day money back guarantee. Then you have this, so that's good. And what I would do is place 3 bullet points below. I always recommend this. So that's something that everyone can always add to their website. Icon Amsterdam has it as well, so that's why I'm showing it. Yeah, so this is nice in one row. This can always be added to every product page. All right. Okay, what I would do is add this one below here actually, and make something like our vision, and then write something about the vision of your company, where you want to go towards to. Just a little bit of a story wherein people can see that you're actually actively doing something good and want to do something good, for example. Let me check the card drawer. All right, remove this, and Yeah, remove that definitely. Add. You can add a sale here, so people can see in total what they're actually saving. Um, Maybe you have that. It doesn't show actually because here you have the 92 euros and it says 45.95, and here it only says 45.95. So I think it's nice to keep on repeating what they're saving, because people then know that they're actually having a good offer and they get reminded of it every time. Add trust badges down here. Make this free shipping. Like I say to every website almost I review. Very important to have that. Yeah, I can repeat myself multiple times, but it's very important. Free shipping. If you offer free shipping and then suddenly they have to take an action again, you can lose them actually. For the rest, it looks good. Yeah, for the rest, it looks good though. So yeah, definitely look at the things that I mentioned. I think it can be done better. Make sure to actually change your URL as well to just urbanchicbarcelona.com and not myshopify.com. For the rest, it looks good. All right, I needed to check a certain product page as well, so let me check that right now. And you wanted me to check the Alera products. Okay. All right. I think that we checked this, right? Or not? Yeah, we checked this product page. So you can, or maybe you have something different then. But I think that we checked this. Oh yeah. Okay, good. Oh yeah, we checked this. So you can, if you didn't see it, then you can yeah, you can rewind the web or the video. And I think yeah, we checked this website first, so this was also the first product page we checked. Right. Let me check. Okay. No worries, man. All right. Make sure to like, of course, this live stream would help me very much, and subscribe, of course. Can only be a benefit for me, but yeah, just a way to support me. And let's go to the third website, I think, beltonlondon.com. So another UK website. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. So basically, the cleanness, or the yeah, if that's a word, the cleanness of their website is nice. It's chic. And the images that you use for the target audience is pretty good. So I think that these people are around the age of 30, 40, a little bit in between. So that's all right. But what I'm missing here is a bit more shoppable. So even though you have the collections, people have to click on it, then they have to scroll for any good products. But if you have like a product grid with your best sellers, and you can just see which one has been sold the most, make couple product grids with the best sellers, because then people can right away see if they have or like any product. For example, this is called a product grid. So definitely add that on top of here. Then collections, maybe you can do like bestsellers men, and then you have the collections again, and the bestsellers women. So then you let people see instantly some good products, but also a way to click on a collection and then yeah, scroll a bit around themselves. For the rest, this is all right. I think you can make a slider of it, but it's not really that necessarily. Yeah, for the rest, I think that homepage is good, styling is good, coloring that you use is good. Just I would definitely advise you to add the product grids. All right, let's check the product page. Okay, yeah. So here you can see that a lot of people are placing this above, and I understand the thinking process. Like you want to add or create a higher AOV, but I think that you can better actually add like catching bundles to create a better, higher AOV rather than pushing people to buy more purchases. Because, like I said a couple times, people really go to your product page only because they see the product on their feed. They don't go to your website because they know your website or your brand. They really only go to your website because they are getting an impulse of the product and they think, hey, I like this product. And you want to lure them only with that product to the checkout. People that scroll around a little bit, maybe they are looking for something to shop around, or maybe they are still debating if they want to buy it or not. Then you can always offer like a grid for people that want to shop around a little bit. But in my opinion, you don't want to have this as a priority. As well, what can be a small detail, what I would do is make two different product templates, one for men, one for women, and then you can just make a bestseller again for women, and then you can also make a bestseller for men. So if people are, for example, on men, I'm not sure if you already have it, but we can check. Yeah, here you have women products where on a men's product page. So that I wouldn't advise you to do. I would definitely only add a men product on men products and women on women. For the rest, it's all right. I just on mobile view it looks nice. Welcome to Belton, but I think it's not something that you definitely a customer really needs to read when it comes to gaining trust. I think rather you can better talk about guarantees because that is really affecting the trust than talking something about your business. It's nice to have it on your homepage, but I don't think it's a priority thing to have it on your product page. You can better make a section like this for a guarantee rather than just something about your business. Maybe it can be customer support as well, but also, like I said many times, 30-day money-back guarantee. Regarding your product form, it's nice. It looks good. Sizing chart is there, so that's nice. You have a bit of urgency, only a few left. Update to a high demand, so that's also good. This message is being used a lot. Been used a lot, and it's actually doing well. So that's nice that you have it. Make sure to left align everything a little bit more. I know that there's a bug in Shopify with aligning, but what I always did is I just copy and paste it in a Word document and copy it back in the Shopify, and then you always have the right alignment. Alright, it's not clickable. There's a small detail. Free shipping with Royal Mail. Basically with PayPal and credit card. 30-day money back guarantee. Only a few items left. Yeah, so that's good. I mean, I think that these are just very standard things of Swatch Kings. You can style them in a little bit more a professional way or a more clean way in the app itself. It's an easy thing you can do. Many tutorials on YouTube wherein you can also see how to style these things. I think it's just so default. Maybe I see it too much that I'm just a bit of tired of seeing the same style over and over again. But I think just removing the space between these lines, making the border radius a little bit higher, it can just affect a little bit more of a more clean style. But I think a customer will not really care about it, but it's just something small that I prefer. PayPal, that's all good. Okay. Also, what I didn't see at the other websites as well, maybe one did it, adding a call to action. Yeah, this is, I think, a call to action. Let me check, actually. Take advantage now, but yeah, so this is a good thing that I would recommend everyone to do, to add like a call to action down below the description. And for the rest, it looks good though. Yeah, so this, like I said, don't put it on top, put it down here in between of these. FAQs. Yeah, this is good. All right. Okay. Yeah, nice. Okay, let's check the card drawer. more tiny mobile view actually. Yeah, okay, good. Let me check the card drawer. Yeah, keep the same layout for the pricing. For the rest looks good. The only upsell that you can do regarding AOV is that thing where you offering like secure shipping. What you can also do is add like an upsell in the card itself. We haven't seen that coming across yet, actually, but it could affect some AOV. Not saying that will be working for everyone. Just test it out yourself. But if you have this app, you can actually turn it on. I think if you have a certain package, but an upsell in here can work. Make sure that they are how do you say that? Related to the product that they have added in their cart. All right. Enter shipping address. Once again, make that free shipping instantly. And for the rest, it looks good. Looks good. Yeah, nice. Let me check for any other website as well. Right. Let me check. Okay, perfect. Novara Toronto. So that's Canada, I think, right? Toronto. Okay, nice. Young person would make it a little bit older, or add a web or image with an older person on it. Basically, it's very simple, actually. I think that what I'm doing now is repeating a couple of times over and over again, of course, with the things that you guys can improve. But it is as simple as that. There are just a couple of things wherein, or what is very important that customers find. What customers find very important are a couple of things. So that is having a bit of trust, wherein they can see that they are guaranteeing you a money back guarantee when the product is not good, but also that whenever the sizing is not good, that they know that they can return a product. That is one. Second is that they can relate to your website. They can relate to the people on your website. If you're having a lot of young people on your website, and it's a fact that every general dropshipper on Facebook has an older audience. I can write it on a paper, and everyone can check it for themselves. You can check it in your data of Facebook advertisements. I know it for a fact. Everyone is selling to a bit of an older audience, so that's one that everyone can improve. You need to have a little bit of scarcity, not too much, but a little bit. You can add it below the price, you can add it near the add to cart, but don't push it too much. You don't want to push people too much. You want to make them think they have a decision, but you want to touch them at the right spot so that you already lure them in a certain way to the checkout. Second thing is, you can push them a little bit in the cart drawer, but once again, don't push them too much. Don't add like a timer of 5 minutes, just add a timer of 10 minutes. Same thing, like I said, you make them think they have a decision, but unconsciously that 10 minutes is enough for them to think, oh shit, I have to actually buy it now. But 5 minutes can make them think like, oh, I don't have a decision here. So it can be pushy a little bit. Then you want to have a shoppable and a trustworthy homepage. That is one, or that is also very important. You want to have some social proof and testimonials, and a clear overview on your policies in your footer. You want to have a bit of information about your website, but nothing more than that is actually going to make you more sales than any other. Eventually, if you have all these elements in the right way and the styling is good, of course you can have all of this and it can look very ugly, but it is still then important to have it in a nice way. But I can guarantee if everyone has these things and they have their back end set up correctly, it can be much more effective than only thinking about what can I improve on my website, what can I add to my website. That is sometimes what I see a lot of people doing. They focus too much on the website. And me as a developer, I mean, if you all the time have new things to adjust. Of course, I have work to do, but if I'm honest, it is not always the right thing to do. And in my experience, I see this a lot, that people focus on the wrong things. It's very important to have something settled. That's why we actually offer or decided with MC that people have to replicate competitors, because what happens is you replicate it, so you know that you already made a proven concept. Then the only reason why you are making sales or not is your own backend, your own consistency in testing products. That is actually causing sometimes the problems in less conversion rate, not a lot of sales. And yeah, that is one tip I can give to everyone: focus on the right things. And what I can advise everyone to do is, now, for example, you're still in the 3 months of the course of Elite, make sure to understand everything regarding the back end, things that you cannot let someone else do, for example. So you can always come to me even after the course and ask me to change stuff or ask me for my advice. You can always do that. But what you can't do is understand certain things that has been told in the coaching, or what a certain coach can provide you in information, because not everyone will give you that information, because yeah, certainly if in the world we're living, sometimes you have to pay for the information you get, but that's what you paid for. So in my opinion, focus much more on back-end things, understand certain whys, understand the why someone else is doing good and why you're not doing good, and ask those questions to your coach. That is the best advice I can give. Because like I said, you can always come to me after the coaching and ask me things, hey Kelvin, can I improve something on my website? But you cannot ask after the coaching to your certain coach, hey, I'm not doing well, my backend is a mess, what should I do? So that is something that I can give as an advice to everyone. But yeah, let's get back to the real deal. All right, this website looks good. It is clean. It is easy to go through. It is simple, but nice. So this homepage, everyone can take a look at and actually copy from a little bit, because it is very simple. You have an offer in your header or in your banner. The only thing that I would adjust is the aging of this girl. I would adjust that into an older person, but it is shoppable for women. There is a little bit of trust, and there is shoppable for men, and there is some social proof, and there are the guarantees, and you have a very good overview of your footer. The only thing that I would change is, like I said in the beginning, the women, but also the color of your footer. Make it separate. You want to pay and put a bit more attention separately to each section. And if you're gonna do like a bestsellers for men, just find that really best running website or products you have, and optimize them in the styling of the images, so it looks a little bit more clean, it looks a little bit more branded. So the first image that you're providing is looking a little bit like a brand. But yeah, maybe you can also check in, like a shoe is not something that everyone would buy if they're looking for a sweater or a jacket or pants. Maybe you need to have a little bit more products that are related to each other. But yeah, for the rest, the structure is really good. The coloring is nice. This green I meant with, like, it's not really that chemical like the one that I saw in the previous website, but it looks good. Okay, let's check a product page. Here you can see that the Swatch King is not set up correctly. Probably you have another product. I'll click on the same one. Probably. So now we have to prove that. You don't have a lot of products yet on it. Okay, so what that means is that your Swatch King is not set up correctly yet. If you have trouble then you can always watch tutorials, of course, but has all to do with the rendering part of your variant name. Whatever you have placed there per product, for every product, is also what SwatchKing will render, and then they will be able to display the correct styling. Place this behind the sizing. I think it's just a little bit unnecessary space. A lot of people are placing it below the price, but I think that it is not something that needs to be always below the price. I think that this is nice that you have a certain urgency with the price, and then the guarantees near the add to cart. So in this way, this can also really work well. But what I said is the size chart needs to be behind the size, because then you can just remove a little bit of unnecessary space. It's simple, because and actually this is very big as well, so make that a little bit smaller. The more they have to scroll, the more effort, and you just always have to think people are lazy. The laziest person there is out there needs to be able to make a purchase. Then there is a lot of space, or not a lot of space down here. If this is the Solux sale announcement, then you can actually add bottom margin in the dynamic part. Make sure to left align everything. Yep, left align it here. This is also nice to repeat it. 30-day money back guarantee, perfect. You may also like, perfect. I would place this one above here, and I wouldn't make the grid show 6 products in 2 rows. Just make it 5 products in 1 row. Because yeah, this is just taking up unnecessary space. I think on mobile view it is one big slider though, so it doesn't really it's not really a big problem. But actually it's a good website though. This is a nice website, which I'm actually mentioning every time to other reviews as well. You have a nice image with text section about the guarantee. And once again, you cannot repeat these guarantees too many times. Or what I mean is, you can only repeat it. No, that's not correct. You can. It's good to always repeat this a couple times, because it is something that people might sometimes look over, and it is something very important. More than this, I wouldn't do, but the amount of times that you're repeating in this, it's good. Refund, yeah, 30-day money back guarantee. Maybe you can say like guaranteed refund, because you're also saying 30-day money back guarantee. So I think that just one sentence, or one sentence in guaranteed refund can also affect a little bit. Yeah, like I already said, make this black in the background. For the rest, it looks good though. Would only place this above this, and structure-wise, I have set up SwatchKing, and certain products sometimes don't show to product variant color and only show the word. Why is that? That's because the word you're using, you actually have to check for the products that is working and not working, and you can see that the difference will be there in the variant name. But I think that you send me the website, right? So we can check in a bit. And I can show you that it will be different. For the rest, looks good. Let me check the card drawer. Looks good. Add a sale price as well. Always nice to announce it. And then the checkout. Free shipping. So you can see like how many people actually forget doing it, and it is something that, in my opinion, is very important. For the rest, looks good. Let me check if you're. Yeah, perfect. No, a nice website. It's a good website, so people can actually copy it one-on-one now. Just this is something that they have the right elements, the right sections, the right messages they are giving, and this is something that I would definitely recommend looking at, because it's a website. Not saying that everyone now has to copy it, but they have the right elements on it, and the right structure. Just make it in your own, but with the same elements. Okay, so let me check your website, Raheem. I'll check it. You send me in Discord, right? So then we can right away check the problem. Meyer Zurich, right? Is your website? That's you that sent me it, I guess. If you could confirm. Otherwise, I'm reviewing something that's not yours. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Let me dive into that Swatch King problem right away. Could you share me a product wherein you have the problem wherein the Swatch King is not showing correctly? Then I can right away see it, or maybe I can check it right away here. Okay, here you only have size. Okay, so here you have color, how do you pronounce it? And I think that if we just put it next to each other and we go to a product where you do have it, you use Farbe. So see the difference? That is the reason why it is not rendering. If you're gonna name the variant Farbe, it will render correctly. So make sure to always consistently use one word for your variant name. Even a capital letter can, I think, affect it. So make sure to always use, in your case, then Farb, because otherwise it's not going to render. As you can see here, you have Farb, and here you have a different color name. Okay, so let me go through your website in and then after that I have another website that we will review, and then yeah, it's going to be the end of the live stream. So we have two more websites that I'm going to review. If you want me to review your website, I'll do it in the next live stream. So you can already send it to me in a DM, and then I'll write it down, and then yeah, I'll do it in the next live stream. But for now, we're gonna do this one and one more website. I think that your header is very big. I think that your logo is in a big square, which creates a little bit of white space. Not sure, but it is a very big logo as well, so I would reduce it in size. And what I would do as well is put the logo on the left and then put all these menu things in one line. It's just a setting, and it's called like logo left, menu centered, something like that. This image I wouldn't use. This image is also a bit cropped, but let me check on mobile view. Okay, here it's good. These people are, I think, a bit too old, so I would do a bit younger, and I wouldn't maybe yeah, it could work, but I think that for images like this, it's more important to express a little bit of an emotion, faces behind the website. It can gain a little bit of trust, so I would definitely only use images with people on it for banners. That's good, also good. I would just make, no, I would actually remove it. You already have collections here, so I would remove this one. Euro-ons, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, good. And add 3 guarantees here, which Icon also has. I think that's just a nice add up as well, and make this black as well, your footer background. All right, and then let's check your product page. Yeah, I would definitely make this a percentage. It's just nice for people to instantly know what they're actually saving, and yeah, they can already see it's a sale by only this. But then, what are they actually saving? And the percentage is something that is really or can really affect a bit of the conversion rate for lazy people, and then they can see right away, hey, I save 40, 50, 60, 70%. For the rest, it looks good. Here you have a certain font size. Here you don't have it. I think that you'd reduce it otherwise on mobile, or maybe I think it will be already on mobile in 2 rows. In that case, I would make these ones smaller. If it's the Solux bullets, you can just dynamically do it in the snippet itself. For the rest, it looks good. add some spacing a little bit. Make everything left aligned, always. This is nice. This is good. I don't see your sizing chart actually. So once again, very important having a sizing chart. Then very high again. I would definitely place it more down. Place it down here. And add like an image with text again. Bit of trust or a guarantee. That could be very helpful. But for the rest, it looks clean. It's good. I don't think everyone will read everything. You can also make it just a little bit smaller, but it's not really a necessary thing to do. Yeah, I would add a title here as well, policies. But for the rest, it looks good. Maybe add like certain, or do you have 7 days active, but maybe you can add some times as well. I think it can be a little bit of trustworthy. Let me set your card drawer. Okay, nice. Yeah, okay, nice. Let me check. Okay, that's good. Yeah, nice. So either you can indeed offer something like this or a timer. Both things could work. Timers, of course, a bit a way to push people to make the sale, and this is of course AOV. So you have to check either you want to work on AOV or you want to work a bit on conversion. That is something that I'll be making a video of later as well. What actually affects conversion rate, and when can you say that the stats are good? Because sometimes you have a high AOV but a lower conversion rate, but that's pretty normal, because the higher the offer, the less people will buy it, and the lower the offer, the more people will buy it, so the conversion will also be higher. But what you will get is with a higher AOV, less customers, which also equals less customer support. A lower AOV and a higher conversion rate will mean more customers, so also more customer support. So I think that eventually you will always want to get more value out of one customer rather having a lot of customers, because sometimes I see people focus a lot on hey, my conversion rate is bad, and then I check their AOV and then I actually see that their AOV is pretty high than normal. So that is not that someone that has a lot of customers with a low offer with a higher conversion rate doesn't mean they make more money than someone that has less customers with a lower conversion rate but a high AOV. Like a lot of big companies, they actually have a lower conversion rate and a higher AOV because that's what they focus on. But yeah, that's something else, and I think that I can make a whole video of that as well, because that can really make you understand actually, okay, what is conversion rate, what is AOV, and when is something good and when is something bad. Because if you don't understand the connection between AOV and conversion rate, you might focus on the conversion rate while your AOV is already very high, and you probably make more revenue than someone that has a higher conversion rate but has a less AOV. But yeah. Let me check if that's and to deliver that. So yeah, free shipping needs to be placed there. And for the rest, looks good. Yeah, looks good. You cannot really do a lot in the checkout because you need to have Shopify Plus to actually be able to customize anything in there. Shopify, you have to understand that basically Shopify earns from people buying from you, so they already made the checkout as converting as possible. But some big brands, they have of course already a very good trustworthy brand, so they can only affect the conversion rate a little bit by adding stuff in the checkout. So I wouldn't worry a lot about changing stuff in the checkout rather than the things I mentioned. Free shipping, colors needs to be good, logo needs to be the same, stuff like that. Alright, I'm gonna do the last website, and that's Noah Toronto. So let me check that. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. I think I will forever love you. My beloved grandmother Chantal has recently been diagnosed with a serious illness after 20 years of working together. I've made the difficult decision to close our boutique to focus on her care and recovery. Your support has meant the world to us and we're deeply grateful, though it's hard. I'm always like debating if people actually believe this, because if you if this actually occurs to you, would you like express it in this way? Um, I don't know. It is, of course, you can like a closure sale, or there are many ways of telling a bit of the same story, but I think that this is a bit too much, wherein people will, um, I don't know. I think it could be a little bit too much for some people. And closure sale, no, what's wrong? So, and as well, like in my opinion, I wouldn't close my store if my grandmother would die. I have made the difficult decision to close her, but to focus on her care and recovery. Yeah, okay, maybe focus on her care and recovery. Yeah, that I would do though. No, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is something that maybe can be a little bit too much. I think the closure sale can be also just be expressed in a different way. If people see this, you have a big store, and then they see that you're stopping because, of course, you have to focus on care and recovery. But I think that if you have a big store like this, people will think that you have a team that will take it up for you, and that you can just focus on the things that is important. And everyone has problems in their life, of course, but yeah, work goes on. So I don't know, but that's something that I don't prefer to put on my own stores. Shop by collection, check it. So basically, it is a shoppable homepage, and yeah, for the rest, it is good. The only thing that you can also check again is, are these products? Yeah, they're a little bit related. They're a bit of the same style of clothing that people might buy. Maybe I see, in my opinion, people that will buy like a Peaky Blinder thing will also buy these boots and something like this. But I don't know. Maybe you can also just have a little bit more related products. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Yeah. 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 Closer still up to 80%. Check here. Okay. Yeah. Make sure that this is better. This is not fitting well. So you have to turn off parallax. That is the setting. You have to go to the settings of the customizer, click on the section, and then you'll see turn on or turn off parallax or something it is. And then it will fit always. But I see that you are, I think that you're running ads for a collection like this. So that could really work well as well, advertising collections. So that's nice. Okay, let me check. So this is a pretty good. I actually made a collection page like this recently as well. So it is good, but only check your parallax setting. Maybe you can add some guarantees down here as well. Oh, never mind. Okay, good. Okay. I would remove these breadcrumbs. It will only lead people away. You want to keep them on your page. It's called breadcrumbs, I think, and you can just turn it off when you click on the white space here on the product form. Alright. I'm not sure if these color combinations are good. You can check if you make this white or black, that it's better. Maybe you can make it like in a light red color, and with a dark red color, what a lot of people are doing as well. Just checking here, we have yeah, like this. I think it's a bit nicer. The color's not really the section. Mm, and for the rest, it looks good though. I think it's a nice product form. This is also what I say a lot. Indeed, put the urgency a little bit near the add to cart. Here with the price, you want to give a little bit of the guarantees, and then near the add to cart, then you push them a little bit more to click on the add to cart faster. And for the rest, it looks good. It's not clickable. Basically, yeah, perfect. Left align everything, but on mobile it's not a problem. But still. I will forever love you. Yeah. I mean, if it works for you, I mean, be my guest, of course. But I'm debating if that you're gonna try to express the message a little bit in a different way, that it will maybe be a bit more trustworthy. Um, I don't know. I cannot really come up with a better idea of why you. Yeah, there are many reasons why you could close. I wouldn't really say that the business is just not running well. I would say that I don't know. You can use ChatGPT to find like stories, and but I think it's a bit too much that your grandmother's diagnosed. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bit as well what I'm thinking, and sometimes you also just have to do it and test it out yourself, definitely, and see what works for you. So maybe change things for conversion on low conversion days, Monday and Tuesday, and then every rest of the week, or is that a bad idea? No. So if I understand you correctly, you are meaning that on Monday and Tuesdays you will change things up to focus on AOV, and on the rest days you want to focus on conversion rate. I mean, it would be a lot of effort for not a lot of results. I mean, you can better just focus on one thing, and as well because of the algorithm of Facebook itself will recognize people that are more valuable for your company. And if you change that up every time, it can also mess up the algorithm a little bit. And this is also something that I am exploring myself as well. How does the algorithm of Facebook work? Because that is something that's very interesting, actually. What will affect an algorithm of Facebook when you change stuff on your website? Because you have to understand that Facebook wants to earn the most they can from your ads. And the only way for them to earn is by getting you sales. So I'm trying to find out and reading into it and learning myself as well what actually is affecting an algorithm. And for an example is you are only offering PayPal, only PayPal, then Facebook will look for people that buy with PayPal a lot. If you change up PayPal to credit card, then the algorithm will be messed up a little bit. This is something that is for a fact that I know, but that is a little bit more direct because it has to do with the payment. But what will affect like things on your website by changing? So as well, for example, focusing on AOV, focusing on conversion rate, be consistent. I think is the best way, and also for yourself, you don't want to change up each day and then try a different strategy. If this is your answer or what you meant, and otherwise, let me know. Otherwise, then you have to explain me a little bit better. But yeah, it's interesting what an algorithm can do and what it's been affected by. And I'll if I have more information about it, I'll definitely make a video about it. Reviews don't lie. Well, they do because they are fake. No. Yeah, no, this is good. Great from order to delivery. Yeah, perfect. 30-day love it or money back. Yeah, nice. Maybe try another image, I would say, but it's good. For the rest, it looks good. This is also good. Yeah, perfect. Nice. You placed it at the correct spot. Some people place it above the guarantees, but I think this is also good. Let me check mobile view. Yeah, good. This is a little bit messed up. Make sure to fix that. For the rest looks good though. So let's check your card drawer. Up to 80% off on all items. No worries. But I mean, it's a good question though. I mean, you always have to think, where can I improve? Where can I adapt? And that is being an entrepreneur. And that's what I also always say to people. Like, keep thinking like an entrepreneur. Try to find ways wherein you can be different than others. And that's also sometimes the reason why some people are successful, because they are keep on trying things. And in the beginning I said don't focus too much on changing up the website, but there's a difference in focusing on the wrong things and trying to change a lot of things rather than just trying different strategies. And a strategy can really make a difference, but sometimes small things can really have not a big impact, or can only be not beneficial for you. All right, card drawer up to 80% off on all items. Yeah, I would not really place that message there. You don't have that, because here you say save 56%. And if that is not what it's meant, then it's still a bit confusing in my opinion. You can make a timer of it and add like a trust batches, and like I said in the others as well, add a sale here in total what you're saving. Maybe you already have it. No, make a total sale as well. Secure checkout, free shipping, that's good, and this is also good. Oh, perfect, everything is good. All right, so that's been all for every website. I hope you guys learned some of it, and yeah, like I said, eventually it comes down to one strategy that is very important for every website, for every dropship website. If you have any questions that I didn't fulfill, if you just have general questions, you can ask me anything. Feel free to do it, and then I'll answer it. And otherwise, then I'm gonna close the stream, and I'll announce a new stream anytime soon, of course, and I'll do some more websites, and I'll probably do more concepts of streaming. This is very simple, and I'm just gonna review a couple websites, but maybe I'm gonna build a website while doing a Q&A, and for different markets, and then you can really see how I built the website. I'm not going to dive into coding. I'll probably already have coded everything and it's already in a theme, but I'll build the theme up and explain the why behind it, because that's very important to understand why certain things happen. I'm going to dive into maybe some other strategies. And yeah, we can look basically into everything. So if you have any ideas for me to do in a stream, to make a video about, let me know. And if you have any questions right now, yeah, don't hesitate to ask me. Now it's the time. And otherwise, then I'm gonna enjoy my Sunday evening with some work of you guys in the Discord. All right, so if there's no question, then I want to thank you guys for joining this stream again. Like I said in the other one, I really appreciate it. I really like doing this, and I will definitely try to be consistent. Sometimes it's hard with my schedule. Sometimes we have a load of work to do. So I try to find gaps in my schedule to really do these streams. But I want to take time for it. I want to really dive into the websites and not just rush through it. So yeah, I'm gonna do my best to do it really consistently, and otherwise you'll hear when they will be again. But I'm gonna try to do it once every week at least. Okay, so no questions. All right, guys, thank you very much. And yeah, if you do have any questions, you know where to find me in the Discord, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.